The assignment number 4, start talking about it. Talking about it. You know, this one we get to enemies, but what it does, it chases the wrong people away from you. It does what? Come on, talk to me. It chases the wrong people away. Just chase them. You know, when you tell people, oh, we're working on clinical, we're building, like I do that a lot. Oh, we're doing 25,000 green and smart. 25,000. But it's easy now, yeah. Right? Oh, our property portfolio will be worth 40 billion by the year 2035. What does that tell you? Wrong association. Cancel. Out of my life. But you will now see the ones that say it's possible. With God, nothing is impossible. You can do it. You say this one, correct association, keep it on. So, Grand Cardon pulled me up on stage, thousands of people there, over 100,000 watching live. And I was asked, he said, why do you keep coming for my event? You know, and for me, I said, I can't have enough of you. And what I meant by that is that I only feel normal when I'm with people like Grand Cardon. I don't feel normal around people who are not billionaires, because what they make me feel is as if I'm too ambitious, my dream is too big, I'm overreaching, I'm kinikon, and then they are busy gossiping about me here and there with this one, with that one. So I've learned now, go high. Go high. Network higher. Talk to people who are bigger. And chase the wrong people away with your words. It's too big, but chase them away. You don't need them. The right ones will start coming. Am I making sense at all? And I was encouraged recently. True story. And none of you should miss family finance. Don't miss it. The man said to me, one of the guests coming to speak, the man has been doing $20 billion since 2019. He said years ago, we would tell family members, and by the way, mind family members, your dad, your mom, your cousin, your in-law, your brother, they are part of your problem. Sometimes your spouse. So this man said, he will tell them, he said, one day we'll be loading vessel. He said, one of the family members looked at him one day and said, vessel. Patrick, jale njoko. In other words, Patrick, you will soon steal. You vessel. In our entire lineage, who has ever brought a vessel? Do you know what vessel is? True to God today, this man cannot even count how many vessels they have brought into the country. They are in hundreds, if not thousands. Don't let anybody chase you from your dream. There is no unrealistic dream or goals. There's unrealistic timeline. It's the time that may be unrealistic. And of course, maybe another time when I come, we will talk about that. Am I making sense at all? So you can put, I'll achieve this in 5 years. Meanwhile, you needed to put 15. Right? Maybe you say, I'll achieve this in 10 years. Meanwhile, you need to think 20. But pay, it's not possible. There's no such thing. That you can't achieve it, there's no such thing. Sometimes the process of starting, some of you, your empire, includes shutting down your business and go and do internship somewhere. Right? Somewhere that your vision can now be expanded. Am I making sense at all? And at that point, nobody can steal it again because you've seen it. You were part of it. Am I making sense at all? You are part of that empire creation. They can't take it away from you. So, but that is not possible. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. The timeline may be may need to be stretched, but it's possible. I'll stop here and take your questions. What's the time now? So I'll take questions. Are you blessed? Yes, sir. Is it worth the time? Yes, Okay, yes. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, question 6. And we're done. 7. That's all. Please, can somebody note those who raise their hand? We're not taking more than that. It's just 7.
I started running a business called Hospital here in Amidst. meeting Dr. Akutayo, I usually travel. So I'll go to America, I'll go to LA, I'll buy wholesale. I'll go to China, I'll buy wholesale. There was a time we had to do a day wedding, which is for suits, for men. I do that, and at times I'll go to Turkey, so I'll just do that, and at times I'll buy in London where I decide. So along the line, I think it was on Facebook. I was checking and I just saw him and I said, like, this is what he was saying, and I said, wow, I think I need something from this man. And then I was meant to go to Dubai. Now I go to Dubai as well. Along the line, I started going to Dubai. So and I said, no, I needed to learn something from this man. So and now he came to London and I met him and he said he was going to Dubai, and I said, okay, I was going to go to Nigeria, so I now had to change my ticket to fly Emirates to go to Dubai, and then from Dubai I'll go to, because of his training, that was why I just booked the flight, and then from there I will come back to Nigeria. So I attended that conference that day, and he actually blew my mind. It was about e-commerce. And so, which means I've been traveling all over the places. I needed also. So which means I've been even wasting my tickets, money, buying as in going on plane and going everywhere to buy my goods. I didn't have to do that. So there were some things that he taught me, and I said, wow. So I took that, I bought some, I bought some materials for him, and I said I was going to put it into practice. So that was when I started. Along the line, I met the wife. Now the wife is a real person. As you want to do e-commerce, it's not even Dr. Akutayo. When I met him, I was thinking, oh, I'm not. But when I finally met the wife, I have to subscribe to when I'm paid, joined her group, and she was mentoring me. And there was, then I think there's one flip slippers like that ladies were wearing in colors. There's yellow, red, blue. And she was just talking about niche. You're doing so many things, and that's why people are not buying. Today you sell bags, shoes, it's too much. Why don't you just pick just one and see how they do very well? And you have him when he said, why is it too sunshine? So, and I said, okay, I saw the flip in one of the sites he gave us to buy from. And I saw that a lot of people, they think, let me just try it out. And that was how I made my first million. The money I made from that business, I've never made it in front of me, don't have it to take in a paper, selling everything. Selling shoes, bags, wristwatches, jewelry, anything you can think of there for men and ladies, and I shared my testimony with her, and she was like, wow, is it like, how did you do it? Even me that teaching you, I've done one. When I showed that, I actually went to the office and I showed it to her the day I came to Nigeria, and she was amazed. And she said, so now what is my target in the next 5 years? Even when I shared with Dr. Akutayo, he asked me, I need to know your plan. What do you want to do? And I said, I want to do this, but there are some other stuff in between, and I want to key into that. And then again, he said, talk about this crypto. I have to register again. You pay in dollars. So all the things like you said that were getting made was big money that I had to pay as well to join that crypto class. So I actually subscribed, and then we meet once in a week. There's a guy in the state as well that will join, teaching us on how to buy and the kind of coin and things we needed to buy. My portfolio there was about 25 to 30. I think I took a little bit of money now, and then the market actually crashed. And I was like, I wasn't too bothered because my brother said to me, then don't worry, it's coming back up. And I said that because I didn't really put everything there, so I was fine. So I left that, it was coming up, down, coming up. I left that. I said, you're doing yours, I've invested, I won't buy more for now. Even though my brother was telling me, let's buy more. I told him, I said, I'm not going to buy, I'll just keep whatever I have there and let it just grow. And then along the line again, started real estate. And I'm like, oh God, we have practice in London. That we usually rent and for people to the users are now we stop renting out and who is like I'm like real estate where we like back then talk about the bag, talk about Nigeria, and I'm like, okay, let's start here. The amazing part of it is that even before I bought from GTES, we already bought like 4 in Nigeria, and that was without me. And what actually prompted me was sitting under his class. So, like, he said something, he said, buy land, anywhere, buy land. So, for me, I wasn't even thinking about doing all my investment or my buying or dealings with him, like, as a mentor. Or I'm looking outside, buying as well. So, even in Kobape, here now, we have like 8 cars that we secured there, so I was just buying. It got to a stage, I was sharing this with him yesterday, my husband was like, don't use it more. We don't need all this, we don't need it. I'm like, we don't need it, but it's like, when you have other investment or something you want to do, you can sell. So, we're just buying. If somebody came to me and said, something is there for 2 million, I said, I'm buying. So we're just buying. And, that is my story. So, when we are talking about this morning, Becky is a smart, building, and I'm like, smart. In fact, I didn't bother telling my husband. I just wait without him knowing, and I paid the deposit, because once you pay him, you've committed yourself. And I said, what, please. It was later that I had to now go to say, look, I don't want to do like this is the thing. You don't have to know. It was all about this. Luckily, there was a program as well, we set up a meeting also about this same, those who wanted to buy more. So it was during that time, and I sent the link out to my husband, and what, you've been, so mad with me. Listen to Dr. Peter, you'll be speaking about this same 4-bedroom smart building, because he was asking me what is going to be. I said this will be there, this will be there, this will be there. And today I can tell you that he's so happy that I actually took that step because of the grand table that God opened. So that place now is really in high demand. What we bought for 60 million is now over 100K. So I'm like, I should have even gone for 2 or 3. Because he offered it to us. If you are one of those that already work with him or he's been your mentor, they give us discount. That's one thing about GTEC home, that they give you good discount and good package. You can even spread your payments. You don't have to put everything down. So now my husband is really regretting that, wow, should have even gone for 2. I said, you that didn't want us to buy. So that was that's the one with so I think that's my story with GTEC.
Can we clap for her, everybody? Come on. Can we clap for her? So, before you go, how many of you want to either buy land or house with GTEC? Let me see. Because I would rather have you just go to her as your plug, because she's a testimony of that. A lot of you have at least some savings and you can afford to buy some land or some house. Can I see your hands up? Right, you already have savings and you can afford to buy, at least start, even if it's installment. 1, who else? Let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joshua, what are you doing? So, do you all have a number? You all have a number. Joshua will also collect your number. So Joshua and her will walk you through the options we have. And then whichever one, because, she was even, like 2 things happened, I noticed. She was like, what you charge me? Her first cost with me was 300,000 as I way back 6 or 7 years ago. Then the other one was like $2,000, $3,000. But of course, you are enjoying. By the way, I won't be here if not for her. Honestly, it was her relationship with me that, because they had even reached out to my PA, I said $20,000. So when she reached out to me, I said, no, at least for your sake, we'll be here and we'll be part of this. Okay, so you're all enjoying me being here because of her. Okay, so if you are really serious about going to real estate investment, you have some savings, she and Joshua will walk you through all the options we have. And I can assure you, if you stay true right? I can assure you, you will be glad. Our 60 million properties now, we now sell for 140. That is more than 100 times higher, and she's just about getting the key in the next 2 weeks, right, to that. So imagine, before you even get the key, and she spread it all. So imagine that. She even spread that. So there are a lot of opportunity. We have lands that people bought from us, 1.5 million. The value is now 30 million. So aside all these businesses we're teaching, there's also that, just tie something to something real, something tangible. It helps you. It helps your confidence. Honestly, the how I'm seeing now, even when she talks, because she used to be a very shy person from what I see, you know, but she's a lot more bolder, right? Because success also helps your boldness. How many of you know what I'm talking about? There are things you start doing that helps your boldness. I'm also extremely shy. Okay, but when I started touching some real pepper, my boldness increased. Are you blessed today? Yes, so your question quickly, because we don't have time. I have to leave here. I'm going back to Lagos. Have to leave. So, number one, can we give him the mic? Good afternoon.
So, following you on Facebook for you right now, I just want to apologize first. Thank God I'm meeting you in person. I do see always your posts, but I do see you there as one person because you always show your private jets and all that. Like, this is your own man. I always like to show his wealth and all that. But when you were teaching, I realized that it's part of the branding and all that is small.
Try, see my life. Confession time. Well, go ahead.
Honestly, my question is, how do you help other people that believe in part of this world that we find ourselves, that with which you cannot really make killing money without betting soul or joy or body. Sometimes when you see people out there making this money, you always have this notion that maybe there is something more to it. But the second question again is, when I was introducing myself, I told you I'm into furniture and carpentry, and he said something like, those are the guys who will leave, but you didn't ask your secretary for that. So maybe you want to give me your own number.
Well, I think the reason I did it is because I don't know the quality of your furniture. I haven't seen what you've done. For me, it's...
Actually, I sent some. I have some.
You can go and meet him. He has no choice than to give you his number. You can go and meet him. His job is to link you up with a head of construction. And if you really have something unique, they will give you... And talk to them. It's not me. Funny enough, by the way, I don't run our company. At best, I market for them because I'm famous, right? So I'm more famous than the company. So I use my image to say, the company is doing this. But each of the company has its own CEO, has the people who do, they are the ones that will interview you, they will be the one to give you contract, whether or not. I don't do, you never see me having meeting with a contractor, Bawo, right? At my level, we do bigger stuff. Than that. So we have people who are in the system. So what I tell people, I say, look, and that's part of what Apostle Lawrence and I were even saying the same thing after I finished. You must be likable. That the chairman of a company does not mean you shouldn't sell yourself. So there are people we call gatekeepers, right? If my executive assistant says I will never see you again, I will not know that he had made sure I will never see you. I don't know that because he will block that gate and you will not see me. So today now, I have President Obasanjo's number. If I want to see President Obasanjo, I don't call him. I call his people. Alpha, where is Baba? I want to come. Because to be chasing Baba, I'm on my own. But if I build rapport with the gatekeepers, right, I have him for life. I will learn in here because that's part of the problem. When people rise higher, you want to me and him. There's too much occupying the person's mind. Just know who is the gatekeeper and you have the person. Does it make sense? Are we sure? Are we sure? Now, to your question about people bathing soap, me, I don't bath soap now, right? I think it's the way our society has been wired. Even for pastors, you need to know, I mean, when Apostle was sharing, people say he was using juju, he was doing, because when you have subscribed to mediocrity, anybody else that has risen higher, your mindset is that something must be wrong. The same thing also, our society limits success to age. That's part of the problem, like I told you. So in their mind, how could you have made it so early? Meanwhile, they should ask the right question. When did he start? And why didn't I also start early? Simple. So there's nothing to compare. Even when it comes to ministry, is when did he start? The second thing is innovation. What innovation did he bring? We got talking with some pastors yesterday. You were there, right? How some ministry literally, another ministry came and the other ministry went down. You know, it looks bad, but usually it's that other person did not innovate. Am I making sense at all? Right now, if you are a pastor here, and everybody hear me, if you don't work on changing the way you dress and start appealing to Gen Z, just know your ministry is gone. Are you not seeing how Pastor Paul dresses now? Are you not seeing how Apostle Lawrence dress? You think those things are mistake? You know, they are simple. I don't like Agbada. It's part of, I need to be relatable. I need to be likable by the future generation. Else there's no business anymore. There's no ministry anymore. Because the older generation are aging. Many are not even they won't come to church. The younger ones, if you don't appeal to them, they're not coming. So the concept of innovation, don't tell me you are a furniture maker. What makes your furniture different? What's the design that we've not seen before? And that design doesn't need to be like white foreigners. No, let there be something unique that when we see that furniture, say there is nobody else that makes this type except this man. So if you don't bring those things to bear, now even when you now have those things, that's also where we remember perceived value. I now need to be out there. You hated me because you see me in private jet. By the way, I've not bought one yet. But sometimes I charter private jet for business meetings. But you shall have your reservation. All this show off. Right? Meanwhile, what does he need? He needs to start showing off his furniture till I know he exists. So many times, and I've said it over time, poor people hate rich people, and guess who they need? Rich people, because their biggest problem is poverty. But the devil has blinded you to say, all these rich people. One person once posted on my page, he said, hey, have you ever met a billionaire that is not diabolical? And I said, I've never met one that is diabolical. And God is my witness. I've not met one. If they are diabolical, maybe privately, but they didn't show it to me. Let me tell you, if truly Babalawo works, how come Babalawo is not the first billionaire? Let's be honest with all this deception now. Okay, you know, it is a charm they used to become billionaire. Why is the Babalawo in the bush? How come he has not helped himself with the charm? Am I making sense at all now? How come he has not helped himself? How come? Okay, is it charm I gave Mrs. Tony now? Crypto from, maybe she put in $2,000. The thing is almost $20,000 now. Real estate, 60 million, 140 million. Bulk mini importation, started buying the thing, make crazy millions that she made. Oh yeah, which charm? Where is the soap? Do you see how many of us mentally cut ourselves up? No, they can't make it legit. They must have to cut corners. There must be something. One needs something. Okay? But that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. So the solution is simple. You need to wash your mind. Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing, second, by the word of God. So go to my YouTube. If you can commit to 3 to 4 hours YouTube video, it eats your data. But I promise you, 12 months from now, you're a different man. You may not have too much money, but your mind is seeing it. It's a time for the world to start, because first step is your mind, is not money. That's why my book is not how to become a billionaire, it's billionaire habits. Your habit determines your decisions. Your decisions determines your destiny. Are we together? Can I say that again? Your habits determines your what? Your decisions. Your decisions determines your destiny. So it's not how to become, it's the habits that need to change first before the money come. Before the money come. How many ministries in Abeokuta have this level of excellence in service? Amen. So they will now wonder why there's no professor attending. Even old school professor know good music. Am I making sense at all? So even in ministry, you can't attend. Okay, you too, why didn't you go to Orimo Guje International? Why are you attending this church? Okay, was it charm they used to bring you?
Actually, sir. You know the African. The tushness and all that. They work.
You do not need to counter when somebody ahead of you is pointing out what you need to work on. Right? And because the weakness we have, we want to say, no, it's not true, Koribek. No. The deliverance starts with Otoni, I have an issue. Right? Because I didn't say, you said it. When I see people who I think they are flashing and all of that, you said it yourself. Right? I have an issue with it. Meanwhile, you just need to wash the way you think. To now, it's gradual you now understand, like you said, you're already getting it. That these people are just using it to market their business. I sell property worth millions of dollars. Now, you don't see me in a private jet. How will you be sure your millions is safe? I come to you with bicycle. Even you, sir, you go buy. Abi? Some people say it's always in business class. Okay, if I'm in economy, will you trust me with your money? That's all wrong. So suddenly you have an issue with a lifestyle that even you yourself will not trust the person. Right? If I come here looking tattered, I say, come and buy my shoe is all tattered. Won't you say, Timba sanwó mi, bàtà tuntun ló máa kọ́kọ́ lọ rà nígbà bó ṣe. Right? Am I making sense at all? So when you start consuming the right information, you realize that. Meanwhile, even for your business, that's important. That's important. The way you look, the way you address your presentation, the way you package your stuff is important. If you meet our team now, if they don't see quality designs, it may have cost you so much money to do the prototype. If they don't see it, they will, you really call our handshake. We are building smart, green and smart home. I hope I've answered you. Commit to 2 hours of my video on YouTube, and I promise you, 12 months, we'll have a different conversation. You will remind me that I'm that guy. Right? No problem. If you want to clap, clap well. Me, I don't do average. Right? If I do a good job, clap well for me. I have tried. Clap well. Right? Okay, good. Yes. Quickly.
Yes, sir. Once more, I just want to say very big thank you for this teaching. It has fired up some things that I really can never punch.
Good.
So thank you. I have some questions here. And I found out that
you better look good. Yeah, so that you can tell that I took picture of a billionaire. It's not, all the. I was in the room. He spoke to me. When you are referring to this meeting, don't say we were there. Say he spoke to me. Make it look like I came for you alone. That's how you talk. Not that, we're many. That's one of those things. No. I had a session with the billionaire Dr. Stephen. One-on-one, we spoke. We relate. Very soon we'll soon be colleague billionaires. We can't talk to. We don't. We are humble. We are humble. Yes.
So, sir, growing up, I found out that one of the major talents that has been deposited inside of me lies on my lips, sir. And I kicked off from there. I found myself right in primary school, down to my secondary school, meeting people like, let me do sales for you and then get my commission on my own. I even did that down to my father's business then. But when I got to my universities, I found myself again doing about 3 different businesses at the same time in school. And a lot of people complained, and they were like, you have way too many talents, and you are doing 3 things at the same time. It is wrong.
So what's your question?
And, yes, sir. That's what I'm going to. And this comment appeared again, when I explained what the things that I do. Again, some persons met me and said the same thing. You're doing too many things at the same time. And thirdly, I went for certifications. And I got about 3 different certifications, which is for human resource management, project management, and then HSC 123. And again, people were like, you're doing a lot of things at the same time. And so it's a bit confusing. I want to know, sir, am I really doing a lot of things? If I am, what is the next step to take?
How many employees do you have?
None, sir, just me.
Right, so there goes your answer. Remember OPM and OPT, right? Even if you are doing one business, you can't scale it alone, even if it's one. How much more if you are doing 3 alone, right? So they are right with that feedback that if you're serious about going far with any business, you need to prioritize one. Look for the one thing you can do that will help you to get the others. One thing you can do that will help you to get the others. I'll give you an example. I realized I could speak on many topics. I'm good at speaking on relationship. If you want to really enjoy me talk, let me speak on relationship topic. Right? I could speak on business. I could speak on ministry. I pastored for 16 years. If you see me preach, I'm a good preacher, ladies and gentlemen. Really good. Right? Today now, I struggle when I'm invited for conferences like this between preaching and just doing what everybody is doing, and then you're excited. Hey, yeah! My year of destiny. And actually teaching and giving you real things you can do. Right? Now the teaching can be boring. The preaching is more exciting. So I'm happy to pick teaching will get you farther than just getting you psyched up with preaching. But here's my point. Even without speaking, I had to niche it down to what? Africa's most sought after investment coach. Now, you go ask Cyril when you get home, who is Nigeria's biggest coach? Cyril will tell you Stephen Akintayo. Even me will argue that there are other guys doing better job than me. But do you know why Cyril acknowledged me? I was the one that niched it down. I niche it down. I focus on a niche. So today, the question is, don't people now, am I losing not speaking on relationship? No, I'm still coming to speak on family finance. That's that same area of investment is still eventually bringing me to these other areas. Today now they are still bringing me to churches. Say, okay, yeah, you may not want to speak on healing or speak on faith or speak on, these are things I did for years. But hey, can you help our people on what? On business. And guess what? In most times when I'm not coming, I'm the only guy who can do what I can do. You had 8 speakers. The only guy doing business talk is me. Suddenly I'm unique. Suddenly I'm original. Oh, are you getting the point? So what I'm thinking I'm losing by not going to, faith, the definition, the exousia, the Greek meaning, the Hebrew meaning, the Latin meaning, I'm still doing it. Am I making sense? So that would be my advice for you. Look for one area that you can quickly rise to the top, and it's easy for people to pinpoint you. And with that area, people will still want you to still touch these other areas that you feel you've lost one way or the other. Make sense? Yes. Now, after you've risen to the top, you build system, you have employees. Now, you can get back to having multiple businesses. At that point, like in my case, 7 CEOs running it, and I'm just giving oversight, counsel, guidance. They have their own staff, they have their own employees, they have their own team. Does it make sense? But for me to divide my...
Get ready for that.
So follow you.
Okay.
Follow you. What are you talking about? Why are we so bothered about what people say? Everything you've said to me now is what they said. This one said. What are you saying to you? And you know, this is one of the challenge of social media. One house. Social media has stopped you and I from thinking. Think for yourself. Right? I don't care what you say to me. I know me. Sometimes on social media, I post about my wife and I'm hyping my wife. You know what people say to me? She's lucky. Of course, she's married to a billionaire. Of course. And I'm telling them, I'm lucky. Because if I didn't have a woman to give me peace of mind, allow me to come to Abeokuta now and talk to you people. If she's been doing gomu gomu, oh my husband, just my husband for me alone, right? This gifting won't be there. So please give the woman some kudos. Because you think my wife is lucky, if you have behaved like my wife to your own husband, maybe your husband will have been where I am. Are we together now? So never let what people say, no, they don't work for anybody. Okay, they are not working for anybody, where are they? Yes. Write this down. If they don't use you, you will not be useful. So now when people say they are using me, please let them use me. They must use me. Some people will even tell you, it's your star is using. The star, what did I do with the star for myself? By myself. Now there's an opportunity for someone to use my star. I'm complaining. Then something must be wrong with me. At least by seeing how he used my star, maybe in future I'll now know how to use the star for myself. Right? So a lot of us are too moved by what these people say, what they said, what that one said. But deep inside, you know you. So don't let people deceive you. Deep inside. I mean, you know, the higher you rise, the more temptation. Right? I went for an event in US. This woman came to me, literally asked to be out. You know, this African American woman. And I told her, I said, I'm married. You know, I said, okay, but you're from Africa. And you know, I dress. So I heard you people have more than one wife there. You know, I said, yes, but me, I'm just that type of one man, you know, one wife kind of guy. I said, oh, okay, I get you. You know. Are we together? But deep inside, I know I can't manage 2 women. Even if my Bible says yes, I know myself. So if I'm not making sense at all. So you don't deceive me. And that's where you and I need to be. Mature to a level you know you. And don't let this talk. They say family will call you, nephew will call you, in-law will call you, everybody will call you. He's using you, he's your star, he's your might, he's your kidney. You know you. Go look for a place, bury your head, grow, build capacity. Okay? We run a 6 months internship because all of you are using style to ask this thing. Right? We don't pay, but we give you commission. Right? And a lot of our people have made more commission than what they will have even earned in 1 year in salary. And after 6 months, you are able to perform. We then make you a full-time staff, and you can now be placed on salary. So some of you who want that opportunity, you can come. It's not going to be easy. Forget it. It's not going to be easy. Let me be honest with you. Forget the paparazzi you are seeing. The real work is not easy. Sometimes my people are up because like him, I pity him. If I'm not sleeping, he can't sleep. And sometimes in the US, the time zone, 2 a.m. is up. He's doing one thing, he's doing one thing. It's not easy. No, that one, no. I'm warning you, you're all witness. So anybody who said they want to work with me, it's not easy. But what it does, for the first time in your life, you will know what it requires to be great. I'm not making sense at all. You will know what needs to go into the ground for the kind of fruits that comes out to come out. You will know. And then it's not easy for you to replicate the same. Does it make sense at all? But if you don't have the platform and the opportunity, and that's what mentorship does, it at least opens your eyes to, so this is what we go through. Like right now, I'm getting to know that even best friend betrays at the level I am out of jealousy. These were things I never experienced when I was a poor man. I had loyal best friends. Who knows what I'm talking about? People you all drink garri together, pardon me, and as you rise, the day you hear what your best friend said about you for the last 6 years, you will know that God kept you. God kept you. God kept you. And I'm speaking through experience. 6 years, the guy I call best friend, my children and his children, we drink, we go. In fact, one day I was traveling and my wife said, you are going again. I said, but my best friend will come and visit you now. You know, people you feel like if you die today, they will take care of your family. Don't you hear, the last 5 years, he has been destroying you with every relationship you introduce him to. It's 6 years. That's what growth does. I call it the pain. I did an article, pain of growth. Pain of growth. So if you are not ready for success, you better enjoy where you are. Don't envy us. Right? Don't envy us and continue to enjoy. You know, nobody's gossiping you. Most people are being reasonable with you. Everybody's, their yes is yes. Their no is no. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, sir, you answered.
Because of time.
I'm not asking the question.
Yeah.
I'm not asking. What you said lastly just answered one of the questions I wanted to ask. And sir, please, I am willing to take the internship. Thank you, sir.
Talk to him. That's the guy. This man on white. He will link you. He's the guy. He's the gatekeeper. All right? So get him. He can plug you. Anyone who wants to do internship with us, talk to Joshua. Right? He'll link you up with our HR. Like I said, it's sacrifice. They told her, come to Lekki. She's giving stories. She's not ready. If she's ready, she will prove herself in Lekki, and at the end of the day, she'll probably go and pioneer the branch wherever she wants. But I'm just giving you a clue.
So she was supposed to reschedule me. Then you called her up for a meeting.
I've heard you. But if you are serious about this, you go for it. Guys, greatness, you chase greatness. Are we together now? And whatever sacrifice it will take, give it. give it. Whatever sacrifice you take, give it. It's not a joke. Right? It's easy for Mrs. Toyin to be telling you her testimony, but what she didn't tell you was that the first training she practically emptied her account. In fact, she showed me because she needed a discount, and I said, Dr. Sylvia, I'm emptying my account for this thing. But today now you are hearing she bought a land 60 million. It's now worth 140 million. She did this. All that is sweet, but there was a price. There was a price. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir, for your letter. Confidence. So, I want to ask that during your teaching, you discussed something about email marketing. So, I tried it out 2 years ago when I started on my company. And, we are doing electrical engineering work. So, we trying to mail some big ground until I can be some contractors with them and leave their vendors, companies, and here and there. But it was quite disappointing because we didn't see any response. So last year we had some hit and we did some transaction with a particular company. But I want to ask, what are the dangers involved? Because most of the people that I want to mail, I don't want to send the mail to the info at something because those kind of mail we don't get anywhere. We need people that like the ship electrical something.
How many of you, first of all, like the way he talks now?
Yes.
Yes. Clap for him. This is what I want to say. Not all this timid, Let me give you an advice. Anytime you just feel low, go to my YouTube. When you watch few videos, you feel fired up. And you talk like this. Now, this looks like someone who means business. Right? I can give you a job now, but that version, no, Mbano. I didn't like that version, that old version. But I like the new version. So, bottom line, how do I market? For electrical, my advice is few tips, maybe 2, 3. Number one, still send the mail, whether it enter info or not. Still send it. Number 2, find a service you can give. Remember I talked about, careful please, from free to fee. Who remember when I said it? Free to fee. Be careful, I don't know why you are rushing. Yes, but careful. From free to fee. Look for a free version of what you do. Look for a free version of what you do. Does that make sense? I'll give you an example. Look for real estate company and say, I can come and do a free electrical audit. Don't pay me, right? I can come and do a free, I can do design of your electrical infrastructure in this your estate. Move from free to fee. Look for a free version. That won't cost you much. Are we together now? If I'm the one that did the design, the day they have money, who else will they come to? I already have the blueprint of how best to help their estates run their entire electrical wiring. So they have no choice. That is one of the best model to go about. Am I making sense? Number 4, get the gatekeepers. Every company has a gatekeeper. Sometimes it's the driver, sometimes is the security guard at the gate. Sometimes a lot of us are busy chasing. It's like me now. You want contract from my company. God is my witness. I'm the wrong person to talk to. I'm the wrong person to. All I do is approve the funds. Who gets the job? Who does the job? I don't care. Right? And because if I do that, I will not be this fresh. I'll look like an 80-year-old man because there's so much to do. Right? So rather than chasing me, sometimes to go, you can even, we have offices all over. Go ask questions. GTS has an office in Ibejuleki. Go there. How are you? I want to meet who is the branch manager here. This is what I do. And this works across different companies. Right? The day you are even going, it could even be a wine. And I say, are you the security man here? It's a gift. It's for you. Right? Even with a note to the best, to the most amazing GM that the world seldom celebrates, gate manager. Right? With a beautiful note. And then he's like, why? So, I do this often. I'm into electrical work. I try to work for companies, but I realize that the truth is, when I go to the top, I won't get anything done. It's people like you that really have the key. Be honest, because sometimes people will not be dodging. Be honest with him. The gift is for a reason. It's to respect I respect your role. Now, his ego is fired up because you've told him he's the gatekeeper. Now he has to prove that he's the gatekeeper. Okay? So I'm here to just know who is in charge that I can talk to. We can do some of the best and show him pictures. Literally do your presentation for him. Even though he's not the most important person, he may not even understand what you are showing, but do it. Say, and Oga will like this thing you don't show. He don't know it. All the grammatical stuff he doesn't even know. Say, but the thing looks good. And make sure beautiful designs, we can do this, we can do this. Just, if they say no, no problem. But if you start doing 10 in a week, and I'm talking of big companies that need your services in a big way, 10 in a week, it's a matter of time. Just like I told you, the Holy Spirit told me, that volume, the more the exposure, the higher your chances of winning. You should give me prophet offering. This shouldn't be free. You should give me prophet, because this one, you implement this, you're a billionaire in the next 10 years. Guaranteed. Except you don't do it aggressively. Make sense? Yes. Quickly.
So the other thing I said I do is I started a fintech, right? So I am putting together a private investment. And so I have checked your
volume.
So I have checked your videos online.
Yeah.
And I did not see you talking about raising investment. Because for what I do, I do a lot of pitching, right? And
build my ERP and you raise your money. Simple. Okay. Next question. Right? Because that's my area of strength. Trust me, I'll show you how you can raise millions of dollars. Right? Easy.
I'm so happy to be in this meeting. I'm so happy to be in this meeting. And, a lot of time.
By the way, you guys need to go and thank Apostle. I hope you all do. When we leave here, I think it's the least you can do. Just walk up to his office and say, sir, thank you. Because I've been preaching for many ministers. None of them have done what he did. None of them. Right? To say, after speaking for 2 days, let's still create a session that can be more, that shows you someone who genuinely wants the members to prosper. These are not, so please, the least you can do is just say, sir, for this extra session you did, Daddy, thank you. And I promise you, the prophet offering will come very soon. Tell him. Yeah? Okay? Yes.
So I've been hearing about some estate and real estate managers. I've been hearing about them. Even when I was in service, they used to come to our schools to tell us that we can invest. But somebody like me, I was so much scared because of the fact that we have heard about so many of them
duping people. Yeah.
But this time around, with the kind of integrity that we have, I want to ask if somebody can even invest into your company.
Yes, that's what we said. That's why I said you should talk to him or Mrs. Banjo. The only thing with us is that we're not cheap. Like if you don't even have 5 million, you can't even talk to us. And that's like the lower range. Like we're not cheap, so that's just the only issue. We don't say all this 1 million land, 500,000, we don't do all those things. Right? So we are a bit premium. So you have to be sure you have something reasonable to even talk to us, and then we look at the options. But yes, we do that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. But in terms of being scared of investment, every investment has a risk, right? Investment is investment. It has a risk. And what we need to teach church people is it's okay to take risk. You win some, you lose some. Like she was telling you, at some point the same Bitcoin started going down. And she started saying, I'm not selling it. Some people will have sold it. The thing will come up now. They will now say, I miss so. Meanwhile, when it was coming down, I said, but they told me I'll make money. So there's a place of understanding how investment work. We win some, we lose some. Sometimes we need to even be patient for the result to come. Like in our case, initially was 20 something million or so. The inflation came up. She needed to add more money. Right? If she didn't trust me enough, she wouldn't be having a 140 million property today. Am I making sense at all? Somebody else will have started fight. You people say I should pay this. Hey, but it's not our fault, it's inflation. No, which inflation? So, in life, you have to take risk. Right? Maybe it was easier for her because, let's be honest, the entire 60 million is something she has made way more than that from what she has learned from me. So highest, right? I am giving back what part of what I made through what I learned from this man. Maybe that's why it was easy for her. But my point is, you must face that fact that there are risks to issues, and your ability to be calm and know that at the end of the day, Masha maker is ultimately how you make it. But if you get moved by, like the lady that kept saying what they said, if you keep moving by what they said, what I heard, what they said, and they are duping people, maybe me too, I'm being duped. Now you are the one affecting your chances for exceptional growth, right? You must know you're on the right path, stick to it. When I started buying land in Nigeria, people were mocking me. Nigeria, even on YouTube, people say, Nigeria will soon divide. Nigeria will soon break. This is what you are doing. The same people now, who is having the last laugh? Who is the fool now? They. Because they couldn't endure that risk. So that's the way it works.
So thank you very much, sir. I was once a student of Professor Mbemi. I studied agriculture and fisheries. So I graduated last year. So I'm currently coming back, and I was opportunity to be interned at
So, Prof, which university do you work?
Federal University of
Abeokuta, okay.
So I have the opportunity to be interning at Access Bank currently. So our school hold a program for us when we were finishing, which was GIZ. So they were talking about funding a business and all. So I have the interest of going into aquaculture, having the largest hatchery in fish hatchery in Nigeria.
And then you are interning in Access Bank.
Yeah. So I'm coming back.
What a mismatch.
So that's where I give you advice. Is it that should I, because interning in Access Bank now is making me to have interest in banking, and I was thinking about funding aquaculture because I know the risky things and all that. So I'm thinking, should I still work more in the banking business, in the banking industry?
The banking money you like is not anything, right? And the environment, the place is neat. It's not dirty like farming, right? My advice to you is follow your heart. There's nothing wrong with either. You chase the money in the banking sector is not a crime. It's your life. You have one life to live, right? But look for the easiest pathway. Because for me, for example, I love acting. If I used to act on campus, but I knew that if I decided to be an actor, I'm going to be a poor actor. Right, so I followed what was going to work. This year now we're working on our first movie. Hopefully we should be done by December with production, by the grace of God. Right, and now I can choose any role. If I like, I'm the only cast. I have the money. I'm the one bankrolling the entire thing. right? So it's up to you what channel. There's no right or wrong. Sometimes you want to say, let me go chase the money. When I make the money, I can now bring it to agriculture. Sometimes you may have found a path in agriculture, and you may just start there directly from day one. So follow your heart and follow the easiest path to have the resources to then chase your dreams. Ultimately, you need to know that it takes money to chase your dreams. Years ago, your dream will create the money. Now, you may need to create the money. Okay, I'll give you an example. Do you think Dangote is passionate about salt? Or is passionate about sugar? Or passionate about petrol? Or cement? Does that make sense? But when you make the money, you can now go back to what you really are passionate about. And at that point, whether that thing now brings money or not, after all, you are fulfilling your passion, what you love doing. Not every one of us will be rich at what we love doing. Some will, and there's no doubt about that. But some of us might go another route that will come back to what we love and then do it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So, earlier you said we should screenshot our ideas and ambitions to you. So, but before you came, sometimes last year, 2023, I had an ambitions and ideas meeting. And I also had pictures of bandits, and that was the picture you put yesterday, which is 107, 28, 24, that we are going to make business in the waters. So, I told apostles about these visions, and I said, he has always seen it. And I told him, sir, I am a psychiatric nurse. These things that are written it's not looking like what I'm doing. And for me to even start something like this, where will I get the money? Where will I get the
What's the dream?
All right, sir. So, on that very day, I had a dream of me having a tree plantation, rice, maize, just those 3 days. And still said, I cannot do doing that. And I also have a penthouse written down here. And he said for me to start, I'm going to start with the plot of land, which is first the stock, and state from the book of Mark chapter 4, verses 30. That first the stock, then the blade, then the wood harvest. And secondly, the acres of land, which is an unbelievable result from the book of 2 Samuel 35 to 35. And lastly, me having my business in deep waters, because we are going to big nations. And I told Apostle that we will.
What's the question?
So now the question is, where do we start from?
Easy. Resign your job and go and serve in a farm. Easy. Because there is a vision and there's capacity. The reason why Joseph had to be a slave was to build capacity. God knew famine was going to happen for 7 years. How do you think he learned how to feed Egypt for 7 years? It was famine for Potiphar that taught him that. Are we together now? How do you think he managed people who were dying? These were people willing to sell themselves. So he learned how to manage difficult people in what? In prison. So those were all capacity. Between where you are now and the vision God has shown you is what? Process and capacity development. So any smart person knows that, if I believe God showed me this, then which farm can I go and serve? Am I making sense at all? So you have to look for a good firm and the one that represents the vision. You don't go based on money. Go based on how big it can be. Right? So that while you are in that farm, you are seeing what it takes to run a farm like that. I tell people, you want to do real estate, there's nobody else to come and fund your vision than Stephen Akintayo. Because by the time you enter the system and see what he's doing, then your vision is fanned that, this is what it takes. This is the process. So within 3, 5, 6 years, you will build capacity. However, while doing that, you can develop other areas of monetization. E.g., I can be in the biggest farm and start a farm blog and become a farm YouTuber. How many of them have you seen? I've been talk to you about agriculture, about products, about this. Before you say Jack Robinson, I'm making $5,000 every month from YouTube.
Apostle said she had now because they started with that service.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we need to wrap up. I'm sorry. What's the time? So there's a new service. We gotta go. Are you blessed? Thank you for having me. So we have my books here. I encourage you to get them, right? They really, really will change your life. Secondly, those of you who can make it next Saturday and Sunday in Lagos, we have the real estate investment masterclass for 2 days. So a lot of you who are telling me you're into real estate, you must be in that class. It will blow you up. It's in Lagos, Ebony Life. Talk to him. You can pay for it. It's $350,000 for the 2 days, including the training and all of that. But I will give you a discount of 100,000 naira if you can register today. Okay? God bless you all. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Can we put together well for Dr. Kaya? Put together for please. Maybe they come back to us. Let's listen together for
You have a pen?
we appreciate all the pastors, all the people that care. Thank you for coming for joining us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, the service has started. The evening service has started. Pastor Ben, thank you for joining.